channel, or if you happen to be new here, my name is Jess. I'm sorry if you can hear my laptop. I'm currently exporting a video. I'm sorry if the lighting is a little bit off. I'm up super early, so the lighting is a little bit weird, but I'm in such a good mood and I wanted to sit down and speak about a book that I really loved. As you guys can tell from the title, it would be Neanderthal Opens the Door to the Universe. I absolutely loved this book. It is a contemporary novel, although I will say, as with We Are the Ants, it went above and beyond that for me. It's kind of taught me that maybe I need to be a little bit more open to contemporary. I did also really enjoy Eliza and Her Monsters, which is once again a contemporary novel, and I've always sort of looked down my nose at books like that, and I'm really open to reading more. So if you guys have any really great contemporary reads that you guys would like to leave in the comments, please do. I'm really looking for more just like not so lighthearted contemporaries, but a little bit heavier, and you'll get what I mean here in a second. Obviously with Eliza and Her Monsters there was severe anxiety. With We Are the Ants there's depression and suicide and things like that. And today I wanted to speak about Neanderthal Opens the Door to the Universe because I can already tell you it's going to be my favorite read of 2018. I know we're still only in January moving into February, but I loved this book so much. It really spoke to me because I really loved the characters. I really loved the setting of the book for some reason, even though it does take place in a high school. I really just enjoyed all of it. And I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about it because I think it is underrated. Obviously, I did receive an ARC from NetGalley. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. I just did request to read that book. So the book is not available yet, but I will leave all the information in the down bar if you guys would like to pre-order it based on my review. If it sounds like something that you guys would like to read, I want to have that for you guys down below. I just really need to talk about this book because it was such a unique, different read than what I normally read, and it was so unexpected. I honestly was looking for a lighthearted contemporary at the time and ended up with this, and I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys like all the things that I liked about this book. So this book does follow our main character, Cliff. They call him Neanderthal at his school because he is 6'6" and weighs 250 pounds, and I immediately fell in love with Cliff. He is so funny and sarcastic. If you guys are familiar with Alucard from the Shades of Magic, or if you really enjoy Nikolai from the Lee Bardugo books, he is in the same vein as them. He's very sassy, very quick-witted, but he's more of, dare I say, like an asshole in a way. He is very blunt. He is, you know, kind of mean at times to people, but I believe he has kind of like a reason for it. Essentially what this book follows is his journey through high school. Now, he is bullied a lot. He's bullied by teachers. He is bullied by his father at home. He's bullied by like his other students. That's just really what happens to him on his day-to-day life. And there's a certain group of people that bully him, and the main guy, like, you know, there's always like that one guy in the group that's like the head of the group, the guy who can do no wrong and is totally perfect and is like valedictorian and on the football team, and his name is Aaron. And I also really like Aaron as a character as well. I honestly genuinely just love all of the characters in this book. I think they were really well written. I love the storyline. I love their character growth. I love what they contribute to the story. But that main group with Aaron and his friends, like his ex-girlfriend and his two friends, they really bully Cliff, or Neanderthal as they call him. And what happens is they're bullying him one day and he goes home and, you know, he's dealing with his dad's crap and he's just like, I'm just gonna go to bed. And the next day he wakes up and he realizes that Aaron isn't there, and he's still seething from the day before because they do get into a fight, and he's like, I'm gonna kill this kid. And then he realizes Aaron isn't there, so he's a little let down, like, okay, maybe he'll be here second period. He's not there. And then he starts to notice that Aaron's friends, that the ones who bully him, are, you know, is still in their pajamas. They look like crap. They're not laughing and joking and like, you know, teasing anyone, anything like that. And he starts to wonder what happens, and someone pulls him aside and lets them know that Aaron was actually in a boating accident. He was swimming and he was hit by a boat and they hit his head and he's in a coma. Now the story gets really cool from there. Like I said, it is not what I was expecting it to be, and I just really love it. Aaron comes out of this coma and returns to school, you know, a couple of days later, and he's like better than ever. He's doing so wonderfully, and he walks up to our main character Cliff and is like, I need your help with something. And Cliff is just like, why in the hell is this kid talking to me? And he just kind of like ignores him and like walks away. Throughout the day, Aaron keeps coming to him like, I was sent to speak to you. I need to speak to you. And Cliff just finally gives in and is like, okay, what the hell is going on? And Aaron tells him while he's in a coma that God gave him 5 or 6 things that he needed to achieve within their high school, like a holy quest, if you will, of things that they needed to repair. Both of them needed to repair within their high school, and I loved that. You would think it's super easy to be able to, you know, in a way to like get together and do these things and make high school better, but everything that can go wrong in this book goes wrong. But at the end of it, it is just such a wonderful read. And of course Cliff is like, I don't want to help you. First off, you're crazy. Second off, like, I just don't want to help you. but he ends up caving and he does kind of join forces with Aaron to try to make high school a better place for everybody. And the things that they are given from God to do are very, very difficult. There's a disgruntled teacher that they're supposed to reach out to. There is a guy who's like the biggest bully of the school that they're supposed to try to get him to stop. There's a hacker within the school who likes to send out information about all the students and no one knows why it's happening. There are just so many really cool things that they have to achieve. And I loved the story of two men, like two boys who hated each other, coming together and having something like this, you know, put in their lap, something that they need to work together on. And, you know, just watching their journey trying to achieve these things, I genuinely really loved it. And like I said before, I loved all of the characters. I loved every supporting character. I loved every main character. I really, really loved it. Their teacher is actually, the disgruntled teacher is actually my favorite character from the entire book. I loved it so, so much. And I just think people really need to read this. It does come out soon. Like I said, I'll list all the information in the down bar, but I think everybody really needs to read it. It was just such a wonderful, wonderful read, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I want people to be as hyped about it as I am. One of the things that I really, really liked about this novel, and then I wanted to kind of point out in case people are interested in the same type of writing, it is a contemporary, but it is very funny. It's funny and it's hard to read at times. It does have like a deeper message, but I really love the humor throughout this. I love quick-witted characters. I love funny characters. I love sassy characters, and this book has that and then some. All of the responses from Cliff, anytime he's responding to something or he's like just talking about how he's feeling, he always does it with some sort of humor. He does a lot of self-deprecating humor, which you guys know is one of my favorites. I loved him as a character, and I loved the humor throughout this book. It is definitely something very, very like ingrained in the writing. There's so much humor, and it's very well written. I wasn't sure how, this is the first arc that I've ever read, so I wasn't sure how it was going to be like written, if it was going to be complete or anything like that. Obviously now I know that they are, you know, pretty much complete. There's just a little bit of editing left, and I was so pleasantly surprised by how well this book was written. It was so easy to read. The pacing was on point. The characters were on point. The world, while still being just in a high school, I really enjoyed that as well, and I didn't think that I would, but I really, really liked the format of the book and the way that it was written and the pacing and the characters. Now, one thing I have to point out about this book is it does have a little bit more of a more important message behind it, because like I said before, when I was researching this book, I thought it was going to be a lighthearted contemporary, and I could not have been more wrong. It is actually a little bit deeper than that, because Cliff's brother actually kills himself. He commits suicide early on. Before the book even starts, it kind of like, you know, opens with, you know, my brother killed himself, and he's left with that. Cliff's father is also very abusive. Aaron is under a lot of scrutiny to be like the best that he can be, and I really liked those themes throughout this book as well. I liked that it was a contemporary, but it had more substance to it in a way. It offered more of a life lesson, and I think that's why I really like this, which is, like I said before, along the same vein of Eliza and Her Monsters and We Are the Ants. I really enjoy books like that. Alright guys, so that is it for today's review. I won't be doing reviews too often because I have vowed, unless I genuinely dislike a book or find a book problematic, I won't be speaking about it on my channel. I really just want to talk about the books that I love and why I love them, and maybe like why I think you guys should read them. So that's kind of what this review is starting for me, like a new kind of series on my channel. But I hope you guys are having an excellent week, and I will see you guys in my next video.